Hey everyone, so I just wanted to do a little vlog. I have not been feeling that well. Um, just want to talk about life after an accident. We don't realize how much we take for granted. After the accident, since my back was so traumatized, my spine was so traumatized, obviously it's going to pull at all the muscles on your back. Through the spine, your entire body's nervous system goes through the spine. So it affects your entire life. Um, we take so much for granted. Cooking, I used to make, meals where you chop up onions and you press the dough, and I just really just used to work for dinner. Forget it. I was buying frozen dinners. That's one of the reasons why I gained so much weight. I was buying frozen dinners all the time just to pick up a gallon of milk to pour. Getting up and down from a chair. Standing for more than 15 minutes. Sitting. And, I have pillows upstairs where I sit. The money that you wind up investing, if I had more money, I would invest more money. I got recliner chairs. There's times when I can't sleep on my bed. I bought a brand new mattress, something that's good for the spine. So sometimes just laying down hurts. Just I have to sit on the chair upstairs. I mean, everything from what you wear. Quite frankly, I can't find a bra that fits me because I'm very small breasted, and usually BBWs, part of the appeal of a BBW is they usually have very large breasts. I don't have that. And so I can't even find a bra that fits me. It's very hard. I have to go online, and I have to I barely fit in a B, unfortunately. I wish my weight was distributed a little better. But yet they large bras come starting from C. And the larger you are, they start going up to D and double D and E. And sometimes I'll order one from online, and I'm in pain right now. I'll order one from online, and it'll say that it'll fit a B, and it doesn't. And when I wear clothes, it just looks ridiculous when you wear a bra that doesn't fit. The cup doesn't fit. Basically, I have no support. I mean, so and then the bigger you get, the more strain it is on your back. And it doesn't just affect your back. All my joints, I developed fibromyalgia, and they're finding out a lot of accident victims have been developing fibromyalgia. At first, they didn't know what it was. They said, "Oh, well, you didn't do anything. You didn't exercise. You didn't do your physical therapy," and blah blah blah. I took like 8 months of physical therapy. It's once you injure your joints or your spine, it's just never the same again. And it's mostly my right side, so I usually put most of the pressure on my left, and as a result, I developed sciatica on my left side. So it is just messed up. Then I started getting sick. I kept getting, first of all, because I couldn't exercise, because I was always tired, I was always in pain. It just messed up my whole life. Everything you do. I was back and forth to the doctor. The pain medications made me sleep. I would wake up late in the morning, and then I had to run to appointments. My homeschooling is behind by 4 months because of this. And also because my house would get so bad that I would say, we're not going to homeschool today. We have to clean. The first rule of thumb for a homeschooling parent is that everything else is secondary. I mean, it's one thing to be a messy. It's another thing to just have filth. And I couldn't stand it. And I would say, we're going to miss out on homeschooling today, maybe tomorrow. I have a tri-level townhouse, a 3-level townhouse. I could clean up this house with help from the family in less than like half a day. I could wake up at noon because I'm sleeping in on Saturday, have company by 5. My house would be clean, and dinner would be ready by 5 o'clock when they came. It takes me a week to clean my house. It is, I tell you, so much you take for granted, even intimacy with your spouse. We used to go out all the time, and now I'm always tired. It's really, really, really difficult. Life after an accident. Every little thing hurts. This is why I got a vanity table. I needed a chair to sit in to do my makeup. I used to sit on my bed, but when I bought the new furniture, it came with a footboard. And that's the only way it came. So I was standing. It used to take me 20 minutes to do my makeup, then it went up to 40 minutes, and then an hour. By the time I finished putting on my makeup, I was so exhausted I didn't want to go anywhere. So I had to get a vanity table to sit and to do my makeup. And so that's another expense. And you're constantly buying stuff to help relieve you, special pillows, special mattresses, special chairs. It's, it's just really bad. And then I started getting sick all the time. Since I gained so much weight, what happened was I gained so much weight. So I was like, well, exercise isn't going to happen. So I'm just going to do this Atkins thing and, do the no carb thing. When I tried that for a week, I guess my body was just so messed up from lack of sleep, from the stress of pain, that by the end of that week, I got so sick, and I was sick for a whole year. I would go back. I had no insurance. I had to go back and forth to the free clinic. And when things are free, you don't get the same care. And they were like, oh, it's nothing. It's just a cold. A cold that lasts a year. I was going back and forth every 2 months. Finally, they said, well, it looks like your ears are infected. Have you been suffering since you were a child from ear infections? No. So it got really bad. And then that's when I couldn't sing. My throat, I couldn't talk. I would get laryngitis constantly. They would give me antibiotics. I would be okay for about maybe 2 weeks. Then I'd be sick for 2 months. And this went on for about a year. Sick for 2 months. Well for 2 weeks. Sick for 2 months, well for 2 weeks. So finally, they said, Mrs. Darling, you have allergies. You need to see an allergist. I lived in New York most of my life. I used to go to Pennsylvania a lot for vacation. And maybe the first day I stepped foot in Pennsylvania, I might get a little bit of watery eyes. And that was it. Just, why are my eyes a little watery? Oh, it's, it's the leaves or whatever. So it'll be like a few seconds and I'd be fine. North Carolina is one of the worst places you can live for allergies. People who move here develop allergies within 2 years. I've been living here for 6 years. No allergies. I was fine. Accident, messed up spine, nervous system's all messed up, constant stress from pain, leaving a sedentary lifestyle, lack of sleep. You forget about having a good night's sleep when you have a back injury or a spinal injury. That was it. It just caught up to me. I guess the withholding of food was all my body could take, and my immune system went haywire, and that's why I was constantly sick. When it was all said and done, I have allergies. Just my eyes burn, my throat burns, my ears burn, my skin is itchy. So what that does is the constant, something's itching my eye. I'm like, what is that? Is it my makeup? Do I have something in my eye? And it's just a burning sensation. So from the rubbing of the eyes, I started developing, especially my left, you can tell. I was born with 2 little scars right here leading right into my eye. They're not wrinkles. They're scars. I don't know. I was born with them, or it happened before my memory kicked in. Anything that gets into my eye. Constant. So I'm constantly like, it's constant dripping. So I'm constantly like trying to, without rubbing, I'm constantly doing this. I take a napkin, constantly doing this, which by a couple of hours, I have no makeup underneath my eye. But that constant touching and tugging and scratching made this eye, more susceptible to puffiness and wrinkling. So eventually, I would wake up every morning. You know how you clean your face and you clean your eyes, and everything was just like the whatever it is that you wake up, whatever film is in your eyes was so thick I couldn't see, and I'm like, what is that? And I'd be trying to rub it out. Nothing. This would be happening all day. So the constant rubbing, again, getting more fine lines.